Rick Shaw here on the 20th of March 2022, and we had a beautiful day. We got a little dark clouds over there, but no rain or anything like that. Look at that, it's pretty as can be. We had a fantastic day yesterday with the kids, with the birthday party. Our best Filipino buddies come over, Onad and Crispy. Her name is Christy, but I call her Crispy because she makes the best fried chicken. I don't know what it is about when she makes fried chicken. I think she's just got magic in her hands or something. And every time she makes chicken, it's like the best. My wife can follow the exact same recipe. It's just not the same. Don't know why. But she makes magic chicken. So we had some of that yesterday, and man, just the food. It was just unbelievable, the food we had. I made spaghetti. We had a bunch of the workers over also to celebrate with little Maddie. Faye's brother come over. He brought a cake. That was really nice of him. He's he didn't have to do that. Didn't want him to because I know he doesn't have a lot of money. But he's like, no, it doesn't matter. That's my little nephew. I love him. I want to bring him a cake. And it's okay, cool. And they stayed last night. They left earlier today. So that was just a nice, pleasant time. This is the kind of stuff I'm into. Nothing big and fancy. You know, I did a video where we went to the resort, and I got a comment on there from my good buddy. He said that just ain't the kind of resort for me. But you know, it's like when I went to Las Vegas. You know, that wasn't the kind of place for me. You know, it just wasn't. I like stuff a little bit quieter and just laid back. And then last night we got a couple beers. We split some beers. We did buy some MP Light, but didn't drink it. You know, we wound up going to bed and didn't need it. But it was just an absolutely fantastic day. And then today, our neighbors were having a blessing on their house, and they had invited my wife over. So we went there, and they had like a catered deal, and I'll show you. This is where it was at. It's where they put a big pavilion thing up, and they had a cater, and there was lots of good stuff to eat. Faye was kind of tired because she was up late last night, so she was napping, and I took the kids over there, and they had no power. The power just came back on about 4:30, and they had a generator. They brought a generator in, so there could be the karaoke. And it was just super nice people. I got to meet a bunch of nice Filipinos. Lovely people. The new neighbor's a hell of a nice guy. His wife's a sweetheart. Just nice people. You know, you seem to run into more of that. I know sometimes I say about the things that are going on. I did my live this morning, and I say how there's some anti-foreigner, but that's just kind of like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's here and there. In general, here in the Philippines, you're going to run into some of the nicest people you ever met, you know, basically. So I guess it depends on where you go. It's still a beautiful place. I don't like how a lot of the things are going right now. I was watching Jennifer Terry's channel, and the changes, you know, I shut it off almost immediately. I like her channel. I usually like to give her a complete watch and give her a thumbs up and all that stuff. But it started out, and she says, I just want to tell you about the new changes. And I just was like, oh, gosh, here we go in the Philippines again. Click, and I just shut it off. You know, this is what they're going to do here. They're going to constantly change things to where you're so screwed up and discombobulated you won't know what to do when you come here. And this is what's chasing people out, guys. This is why people aren't coming. I said it on the live this morning. One of the things that happened was, they said, okay, the 15th of February, we're going to open up the Philippines. And if you got your jab, you can come. And in Cebu, if you don't have the jab, you can come. And they're saying all this stuff. But then they said, because of the large influx of people, we're going to keep it down to a very low amount of people. And it's going to be this many a day. Well, guess what? The people just didn't show up. They did not show up like they thought they were. They didn't need to put any kind of a quota on the day because they didn't even make a small percentage of that quota that they dictated. And this was, And it's just what they do here. Somebody, because they're in politics, has to always do something. They constantly got to do something. I personally think, it's like in the United States, I think that the politicians, what they should do is they should be a politician and they should be in their district for 50 weeks out of the year. You stay in your district. That's where you live. You don't go to Washington. You don't live in a fancy place. You live in your district and you cruise around where your people are. And then for 2 weeks out of the year, you can go and write laws and push your laws through. That's it. Here, oh gosh, they gotta just keep changing stuff. And I don't mean anything bad to Jennifer Terry. I like to watch her stuff. She's a good chick. She's doing a great job. But as soon as she said, I want, every day, I want to tell you the changes. It's just, God, holy cow, it's like diapers here. The land of the diapers, because you constantly they're changing everything all the time. And they're not going to get the people that are going to come in. There's too many other places to go. Look at my buddy Wes. Great guy, super nice guy. I met him through the channel. I wound up getting the bike from him, and maybe, I don't know, if he does move, I might get his motorcycle off him. I don't know, unless he's going to take it with him. But the thing about this is, he wants to bail, and there's a lot of people who bailed here already. They just said, you know what, it's just not the place anymore. And that is a crying shame, because it still should be. Now me, there's no other place that I wanted to come to. I've been coming here for a long time, and this was it. But we don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be an election. It's going to be in May, and then June they're going to swear him in, and who knows whoever gets in, what they're going to say to do. Don't know. we don't know what they're going to say or do. They could throw us on a huge lockdown again, guys. A draconian lockdown, and you're going to have to wear a hazmat suit, and if you're over 30 years old, you can't go outside, and if you go to the job, you have to have 55 jabs, and you got to carry a card, and you're going to have radioactive shoes. Who knows what they're going to do. I've always said this, it's a patchwork, and I watched here when the head government, the palace, they call it. They think they're kings and queens, just like a lot of countries. It's at the palace. And they say, okay, we're going to stop this and we're going to stop that, but we're going to leave it up to the LGUs, which is what they call your local government unit. Well, as soon as you do that, nothing's going to stop. It's just like here in this place. One guy gets a speed bump. Before you know it, you got 50 or 60, because the next guy's got to get 2. And that's what these LGUs do. They don't want to be looked, it's like when they stop something. And this isn't just here. This is anywhere. Okay, we're going to drop these restrictions in a month from now. Why a month from now? Why not right now? Why not drop this baloney right now? They took a flu, and they came right out and said, look, okay, yeah, maybe it didn't, they wanted to spread it out so the hospitals wouldn't get overwhelmed. But here's the deal. People here in this country don't go to the hospital. They tend to them at home, mostly, okay? But they said, well, we want to spread it out. Well, yeah, they spread it out for 2 stinking years. When are they going to quit? When are they just going to say, we don't need no level 1 or level 2 anymore? How about level nothing? And just open everything back up as before. It's just, I just don't, and it's not just here, guys. It's not just here. It's the entire world. When did you ever hear that every single country in the whole world fell into lockstep doing the exact same thing? Come on, guys. You got to start waking up and saying this is something else. They're in on some kind of a deal that we're not in on, like George Carlin said. It's a big club and we ain't in it. So what's the deal? And then we were out the other day, and we pulled into the parking thing, and the girl, you hand her the money, and she puts out a plastic bucket. You got to put the money in the plastic thing, and then she just takes it out with her hand. Why couldn't she just take it straight from my hand? But no, she took the money from the plastic bucket, and then she put the receipt in the little plastic thing, and then she handed it back to me. Okay, so what does that tell you? Somebody's got the plastic bucket concession. You know, what the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen or heard of in my life. You know, and then you go to the grocery store, and they got a big plastic shield up, and you got to give them your card in the little plastic thing. Meanwhile, she took everything that you touched and put on the belt, and it's not a conveyor belt here. Everything you put on the counter for her, she touches and pushes through. But then when you hand her the money, it's got to go, or your credit card, you got to put it into the little plastic thing, and then she takes it out with her hand. You know, guys, when are you going to start saying this is absurd? This is absolutely absurd. There's got to be somebody has the plastic money taker thingy and middleman thing that they got to buy. I remember when this COVID thing first started, I tried to buy one of those non-contact temperature meters. I wound up getting one that had the little laser thing on it. You know, I had one from my electrical stuff to check the kids' temperature, but I don't want to blast them with that. And I was looking for one of those. And we went to San Pedro, we went to Alabang, couldn't find one. Mercury said, hey, we can order you one. And we wound up finally getting one. But guess what? As soon as this COVID started, every security guard, every store, everything, they all had 6 or 7 of them there. You know, so it just, to me, it just seems to show they knew this was coming. And I don't know why they're still pushing this stuff. When is it going to end? They should give us a date. You know, okay, if they're going to give these dates and they're always going to push it off, but I got a funny feeling they're saying, well, in 15 years, we're going to stop the COVID crap on you. I know that sounds absurd, but they might do that. It just seems ridiculous. Another thing that is absolutely 100% ridiculous to me is Pfizer had to release these documents, right? They went through a big court thing, and Pfizer didn't want to release it until, for 75, 85 years, some crap like that. And this judge said, sorry, nah. So they had to release this stuff, and there were 9 pages of side effects. I got it on my Telegram page. You can look it up, and you can probably Google it. It's there. And one of the side effects was death. You're going to die. You got a 1 in 35 chance of dying if you got it. Now, of course, only 50% of the people got the actual Pfizer one. But then if you go in for your second jab, now they're telling you they want to give you a 4th one. So this thing came out, and they're still pushing it here. Get the Pfizer. We got the Pfizer now. You come in there, you got to get your jab. Okay, well, this stuff is out already. People are getting automobile-ditis. All kinds of stuff is happening to people. And they're still pushing it. And Pfizer's got the unmitigated gall to come out and say, we're going to shut up you for a 4th one. You're going to need it. Now, there hasn't been much about Fauci lately. He kind of went under the radar with this big Ukraine crap. But guess what? Now, all of a sudden, he comes out and says, we're going to have another one, and we might have to lock you all down. Guys, I would like to hear what's the end game on this? When is this ever going to be over? When the hell is this going to quit? Right now, I would like to go. I would like to take my beautiful wife and my children to go see my sister-in-law in Mindoro. And then we'd like to come from there on the boat, and we would like to go over to Puerto Princesa and see Tropical Tim. And then have a vacation. Guess what? Nope, can't do it. See, we can do the school because we can do it online. But we can't do that. You know why? Because they want you to do this stupid brain test or swab thing where they're putting crap all up your nose. Or they want you to get all these jabs, on something that they're showing side effects where you got a 1 in 35% from Pfizer's own documents, guys. They can't block me on this one. Pfizer's own documents say 1 in 35 chance of daisies. Okay? And all this other stuff, myocarditis, blood clots, there was a boatload of stuff. Look it up. Something I don't even think you got to go to Telegram anymore. You can Google this crap. It's out there. They can't hide it anymore. and they're still pushing you to get it. And there's a lot of people don't know about this. I've actually ran into people, I didn't see that. Can you send me the link to that? I'm like, a link? Look it up yourself. What I said, go. It's on my Telegram page. I just put another one up here just recently so that people can see it. The Pfizer documents. And Google it. I Googled it. I went ahead and Googled it, and it popped up. So Google it, guys. Don't take my word for this crap. It's out there. They can't hide it anymore. It's out there. So I don't think they care now because they got this Ukraine thing, and they're saber rattling, and no, we're going to shoot missiles at everybody, and blah blah blah. And I personally, I'm not buying all the stuff they're selling when you constantly see them showing on the mainstream media these bombings, and then somebody's come up and saying, hey, something, this happened over in Afghanistan, and where's all the snow? Of course, this happened in Afghanistan, and this happened over in Yemen, and this happened in Libya, and this is from a video game, and you're getting a lot of this coming out. I get people coming on the chat, oh no, it's real, I know people there. Well, something, there's 25 million people with cell phones in that country, and there's full internet access. Okay, why isn't there TikToks and all this stuff all over the place of these people showing these big battles and all this stuff? You know why? Ain't happening. I don't think it's happening. I'm getting to see a lot of people saying that the Ukrainian government is shooting Ukrainian people, but I'm allowed to say on here, you can Putin, but you can't say anything the other way around, or you'll get blocked. So, hey guys, I'm just wondering. I'm sitting back here just I got a real jaundiced eye looking at this stuff, because I've learned from this COVID thing not to trust the mainstream media at all. You look at this thing, what do you got up there? What do you got up on there? Most of them Lemonhead and that little Alka-Seltzer and all these guys. What are they? Nancy boys. Okay, so right there, that tells me, okay, there's something a little bit loose. There's something wrong, because when I was growing up, that was something. There's something wrong with you. I remember I knew a guy when I lived out in the Midwest. He used to raise dogs, and there was he would get some pups, and he'd be raising them up to hunt them, and you'd get one of these females that would start humping on another dog, and you know what he'd do? Hey, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm just saying this is what I observed, and this is what this man did. He killed him. He did. He finished that dog. I said, what'd you do that to that dog for? He said, that dog ain't right in the head. Never going to make a good hunt dog. He ain't right in the head. That's what the guy told me. Now, would I have done it? Probably not. But that's what this old timer did, and it was shocking. To me, it was shocking. Why don't you give him away as a house dog or something? But he's like, that dog ain't right in the head. Well, I don't think that some of these people, you look at all this, like me, I know what Victoria's Secret is now. I put some stuff up on there. And the other thing, too, that you guys should really take a look at, and look this up yourself if you want to see a really interesting stuff. It's like a 4 or 5 video series. They're kind of long, but it's called The Tip of the Iceberg. You can get this on Telegram because they blocked it most everywhere else. And that's got some interesting stuff. I did put some stuff about Victoria's Secret on my Telegram page. Go there. Just go in the About section. Get on the Telegram. To get onto my page, if you're not on already, what you got to do is get on the Telegram. Hit me up. Hit me up, so then and the only way I can get you to join the group that I have that has a whole bunch of cool, interesting stories that I put on there. Not saying they're all true. I'm just saying they interested the crap out of me, and that's why I put them there. Well, then you hit me up. I got to put you in my contact list, and as soon as I put you in my contact list, then I can go over to my group that's called New Everybody, and then I can have you join that group. I think I got about 90 followers, subscribers to that group now, and I put something new on there every day. I don't put everything on there, like Q stuff. I don't bother with the Q stuff, and I don't bother with any of this shit about Trump coming back and all this baloney. I'm not buying any of that stuff. You know, if he was going to come back, he'd have been back already. Oh, and I don't put anything about anymore. I don't put anything about all these states that's saying we're going to decertify all the, because they just ain't going to do it. They're not going to do it. They got this joker in, and they got heels up Harris in there. And here's the thing: what I don't believe is going to happen. I don't think they're ever going to use the 25th Amendment to kick Biden out. I really don't, unless Harris commits suicide. You know, she might go over to visit Hillary and shoot herself 5 times in the back of the head. You know, that could happen. And then you got Pelosi. But they don't want, I don't think anybody wants Harris in there. I watched her. My goodness. I watched her on a press thing, and she says, well, Ukraine is a country, and it's next to a bigger country, and you know, it's like, what is this chick, a 5-year-old? She's doing a book report when she's in first grade? I mean, what a dolt. Guys, I mean, nobody in their right mind voted for these people. Nobody voted for these people. You talk to anybody, and you looked at the rallies before this thing went on. So everybody knows, the whole world knows that it was just a big pile of crap what happened. The globalists took over and they inserted people. I venture to say that even Obama, when he got in, that it was stolen way back then. Because even Democrats didn't want the guy. They were like, you know, some of these Democrats, they're union workers, coal miners, and all, you know, electricians and stuff. And they're, you know, the grandpappy voted Democrat, so we always voted Democrat. But these guys were all, they'd be around at the meetings and stuff that we'd go to and say, who is he? Never heard of this guy before. Where'd he come from? You know, and the news media just kept saying what a wonderful orator he was. Oh, he's such a fine orator. I watched him do speeches. I don't know. I never seen no fine orator. You know who was really good? Reagan. Yeah, because he was an actor, so he was polished. And he could get in front of the camera, and I'll tell you what, you know who else was pretty good? I don't think was anywhere in the class of Reagan, though. Trump was pretty good because he was polished on the TV. You know, they don't just come up on the TV and ad lib, but they got a script. You know, so this is all, you know, it's just a big pile of baloney, and Obama getting in there. And I truly think he got his wish. He said, I'd rather be sitting in my basement in my jogging shorts, and I'll just tell who's ever in what to say and do. And guess what? I believe that's what happened, guys. I truly believe that is what's happening right now. And that guy right there, is he in league with Satan? Yeah, a bunch of these people are. Watch that tip of the iceberg. You know, if a tenth of what is on there is true, then you're going to be going, holy crap. Yeah, if a tenth of it's true, if 1% of it's true, you're going to be going, holy crap. And you know something, stuff like this that comes out, guys, I'm starting to, more and more I buy it. Because what happened? What happened to all this information? Why is the news media covering all this crap? You don't hear nothing about Wiener's laptop. Nothing about it. You don't hear nothing more about the crap that Hillary pulled. You know, even Mena, Arkansas, all this just keeps getting buried under the rug. They won't talk about any of this stuff. You know, none of it. You know, they're going to put their own crap out because they're controlled by these group of people that don't want this information out. And there's still a boatload of people that just, nope, I'm nutty, I wear a tinfoil hat, I'm screwy, and I don't want nothing to do with you. And that's how they are. And you know something, what I say, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't do a thing about it. I believe what I believe, and it's their right to believe whatever they believe. And go ahead, go get your booster. Hell, you can have mine. You know, and I got a sneaky suspicion that a lot of these people that are buying into this crap ain't gonna be around. Maybe it's the way these globalists want. They want to get rid of the folks that aren't really awake or something. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying, what the heck do I need that for? You know, I never needed one in the past. Why do I need one now? And I'm just not seeing all these numbers. I haven't seen the body bags. I haven't seen the funeral homes filled up. I just haven't seen it. I have never seen the hospitals full. I've seen a lot of nurses going around doing TikTok dances. Well, if they're so damn busy, why were they doing TikTok dances? Same thing like with these soldiers over in Ukraine. What are they doing? TikTok dances. I think they're trying to tell you without telling you that nothing's going on. I think that's what's going on. And so I'm not buying it. And I did have a buddy, when they said this one hospital, it was a hospital in Houston, I think it was St. Matthew's or something, and they did an article I saw here that it was just overwhelmed and they couldn't do anything. And I had a buddy that lived down there, and he went there, and the place was like a ghost town. Hardly any cars in the parking lot, two people in the emergency room. They had a security guard by the door, and there was nobody in there. He actually went inside and walked all through the place. It was like ghost town. So this is what they do. Now you also see a lot of these,
Milkfish died in the plant.
Okay, good. So you saw a lot of these crisis actors where it's the same person over and over. Now, and they also had a thing on there, I put it on Telegram, where it was a rubber old lady where they stretched the finger out. It wasn't even a real person, you know, to try to do a narrative. And I'm personally thinking World War III is going to have nothing to do with dropping nukes and bombing people. World War III is an information war, guys. That's exactly what it is. It's a big-time information war. And that's where your battle's going to be. It's on the internet. And it's going to be who believes what. And they're going to get their guys to do this or that and who they're going to believe. I don't believe they're going to start flying missiles all over. That's what they're going to do if they have to regroup. Well, guys, I guess I'm going kind of long because my battery took a crap. But a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of stuff. But we did have a great time yesterday. And the live this morning was great. Don't forget to check out Deborah Catch It by Faith and Sean's Amazing Adventure and Tropical Tim. They were there. There was a lot of folks came to the live, even though it got kind of cut off because the power went out at 8 o'clock, so it got chopped. I'll do another one. I'll set up another live here pretty soon. And I want to thank all you guys for coming into the live and kind of chit-chatting. You know, it's basically you ask me whatever question and I'll read it and I'll do the best I can to answer for you. And you know, we talked about a lot of stuff today. We talked about driver's license and stuff, and Tim was really good on jumping in on that because he said he got his in 2 hours. It's a piece of cake. But make sure you don't come here when your driver's license is ready to expire. If you're going to come here to live, make sure you got a fresh driver's license so that you can take care of it. And they do got a new thing going here. They're expanding the driver's license to where it's every 10 years instead of 5. So you don't got to renew every 5 years. But if you get a ticket, any ticket, doesn't matter what, and they see it down there when you go to renew your license, guess what? They're going to make it 5 years. So you don't get the 10-year one. So it's going to cost you twice as much for a license. So don't get a ticket, you know. And you can pretty much drive here for a hell of a long time and not get a ticket. You know, you got these traffic cops that are, if you're going to get a ticket, they're going to open up their book right away and do it. You just get some scoundrels here that are just trying to extort you for money. And that is going to happen. I know Tim was saying, oh, he didn't see a lot of stuff like that. Well, he probably wasn't driving and hasn't been here as long as I have. I know he does a lot of walking. I know when we first met him up at Divasori, he walked all the way over there from his house. And hey, that's cool as heck. And I really do like where he used to live in Tondo. Go check out his videos on that. I think I got it on my videos too, Tunnels of Tondo. We had a great time when we were there. I like Tondo. We're looking forward to getting down there and seeing him in Puerto Princesa in Palawan. And that's just gonna be good. I'm hoping to get that tricycle on to get the tricycle on the motorcycle here. We got the tricycle like in, I think it was in August. So we got it registered as a single motorcycle. So next August we're going to get it registered for a regular one. That should be after the election. Maybe they'll drop all this malarkey that they're doing. And then I would rather, anytime I'm going on a trip or a cruise where we're going to sightsee and all that and maybe take a month-long trip, I want to do it on like a tricycle or stuff instead of flying around in the car on the highways. And I don't like to take the car on the side streets because you're just ripping this clutch to hell. It's just the way it's going to be. So I got this thing set up. I got that beautiful machine right there, less than $1,000. Everything's set up on it good. I'm going to go in there yet. I still have to go back into it. I'm going to do a video here pretty quick where I'm going to clean it up and take all the stuff off and show you where everything is. But I got to pull the carburetor and I have to adjust the float because it's doing it again. I don't know what happened, but right now, if I'm driving the dang thing, even though I drove it all the way around town for an hour, if I get on the gas, it just like it has no gas for a minute. It's not a lean condition. It's like the float is not adjusted properly, like it's been out of shape. Now, if I put the choke on a little bit, if I pull the choke on, and that's what I'm doing now. Every time I need to hit the gas for something, my left hand pulls the choke on and my right hand hits the gas. Because if I don't do that, it's gonna go into neutral for like a second or so before it hits the power. So even if you downshift, so there's something up with this carb. I don't know. I adjusted it once before for that. They gave you a range of opening, so I put it at the end where it opens it quicker, and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden now it's doing the same thing again over the last few days. So I don't know if that little tab got bent. I don't know. I'm gonna have to pull the carb off again and monkey around with it. I was actually thinking of taking it to the dealer and telling them, hey, you know, I fixed this once before, it's doing it again, what's the deal? Can I get a different carburetor for this thing? You know, because I don't particularly not liking how it fuels. Just not liking how the dang thing fuels, because it'll work fine one day and then next time it doesn't. And it's not the gas, because I haven't put gas in it in quite a while. So, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I kind of went long on this one. Sorry, guys. That's just the way it goes. I appreciate all my subscribers and everybody coming in. They're still fudging my numbers, and they're still fudging. But I did get, I got the stuff all done for the bank account and all this stuff. And I was seeing on there I got 2,800 peso or something like that, and you got to have $100 before they send you the money. And I didn't want to give them a bank account, so they're going to mail a check, is what they said. But here it's monthly. You know, the first month I made 450 pesos. The second month I made 3,800. The next month I made 2,500, and this month I got 2,800, and the month's not over yet. So they got a pile. It's way over $100 in there. And according to them, they're going to send it, and we're just going to have them mail a check. So that's really cool. Thank you guys so much for watching the stinking commercials. I hate the commercials, but I watch the commercials for the channels I like Tropical Tim. If there's a commercial, I just let the commercials play. Jennifer Terry, Grandpa Vlogger. I like these people. I want to support them, and that's my way of supporting them. So that's just what I do, and I appreciate you guys watching the commercials so that I can get a few bucks here. We're just helping our one buddy out with it anyway. When that moolah comes in, we got a buddy that's down on her luck, and it's just looking like she's down in a hole and without a shovel. And we know this, and my wife and I both agree. And my wife's she's no dummy. We both agreed, you know something, let's just do a monthly thing. Ain't no need to ever pay nothing back. Just, help this girl out, because we know she's having a problem. And can't work, had a stroke, young, at a young age, had a stroke. And can't speak, so she can't work right now in her chosen field, and it's just health problems. She's having not just from the stroke. There's other things that are happening that she's got to deal with. So, you know, we want to do what we can, and every penny we get from you guys watching all this stuff, we're gonna send it over that way, because I just think it's the right thing to do. I'm glad I met that girl. Known her for a long time. I've known her for 7-8 years now. When I started at the call center, she was just square to me. She was just a super good person to me from day one, and always my buddy at work. And she ran into trouble, had a stroke. Go figure. You know, 35 years old or so, and that's a real bummer. So we're gonna take every penny we get off of this stuff from the AdSense, they call it. Anything that comes in, and we're gonna run it that way to help, and extra too. I mean, we're gonna do what we can. My wife, when she gets some time off too, if we go to the beach, I was even saying, why don't we go up to, if we go to Nesembu, we're gonna be going through there, and why don't we see if she wants to come, you know, take her down to the beach and let her just air her head out and get away from things for a bit. I know she's not doing too good, and I know she needs medicines and stuff like that, but you know, something like that. That's just my thinking anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And guys, I'll tell you what, a lot of these folks that got this Java and they're having trouble, you gotta be with them. You gotta, you know, don't get on there and say, yeah, I told you so. You know, because now a lot of these people are hurting. I got a buddy out in the Midwest. He was getting ready to retire, was going to come here, and now he's got troubles. I heard of other people like this. So, you know, you just got to support them best you can. And it's a royal bummer that people are having problems from this. And the Pfizer papers are out, guys. They are out. So, and this is going to be Rick Shaw. He's going to be out. Hey, Bub, you want to do my honors? Come on. My beautiful little handsome fellow is going to do the honors. Go ahead.
It's out.
Wow, that was fast.